Welcome back, everyone. Corey Anderson here. Today is 109, January 22nd, and we're going to continue reading with chapter 15 on the advancing man. Before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about how my last couple days were. Right now I'm a little tired and a little bit burnt out. This whole training thing is a lot of responsibility, and we are doing our best to stay in the process and to keep moving forward, because we remember the law that we learned in our reading of mental chemistry, that it is actions, that regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you were thinking, regardless of how any of that stuff, actions always speak the loudest, because actions are the third level of creation. Okay, and then when you take action, you are creating that on the physical plane. Okay. Yesterday morning, I picked up my cap and gown, 2016, from everything we did over the course of 2015. Remember, we went and got our NASM certificate to be a trainer. And, we took an actual school course. We made a good investment, but we didn't look at the cost of what we made. We just focused on the opportunity of what we had. Okay, and also got my tickets for my family, who I would love to come see me graduate, and it's actually in 6 days. So January 28th of 2016 is when I'm graduating from West Tech College. I'm very excited about it. It's actually going to be really cool. I graduated on the top of my class. I don't say that to boast or brag, but just to show that when you really put your mind to something and you find your passion and what you really want to do, you're going to be the best at it. You really are. You're going to go in there, you're going to do everything that you want to do, you're going to make it happen. Okay, you just got to stay in the process. Okay? There's many things in this world that you are more than capable of handling. And there are many things that you were put here to create, for not only for yourself but for a lot of other people as well. And you have the power. You have the power. And all these books that we've read to you so far, they all talk about this one source that we all stem from, and how we are all one with this source. Remember Jesus the Messiah. I and my Father are one. He was a man, a master metaphysician. Okay, he understood the mental laws. Okay, and he put himself in unity with the all mind, the infinite intelligence, the universal, that we all stem and share, because we are all channels and differentiations for this one intelligence to express itself through. It's also another thing I want to show you guys. It's actually a drawing my sister-in-law did for me. I came home from work yesterday, and it really surprised me, and I was actually very, very happy. But it's a picture of someone who's meditating. They have wings, and behind it is a Triforce representing our multidimensional nature, which is spirit, mind, and body. And it also has the 7 chakras within them. There's Muladhara, Svadhisthana, which is the second one, and then Manipura, which is the third, Anahata, which is the heart chakra, that's the fourth, then Visuddha, which is the throat chakra, that's the fifth, then Ajna, which is the mind, your third eye chakra, and then the last but not least is Sahasrara, which is the 7th chakra. And this is the one which constitutes your awareness. They say that the awareness exists outside of the body, and it is something that controls it. That is your spirit. That's very interesting. Okay, so just wanted to share all that with you guys. And the other day, just yesterday, someone actually commented on one of my videos, and I want to read it to you. My phone was on the floor. We just finished with our meditation right now, while repeating the mantras Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, and then Om again. Okay, because the sounds of the chakras, or the sounds of those mantras, resonate with the energy of the chakra. So you're giving more life and vitality to the energy centers within yourself. Okay. I encourage you to look it up. Look it up. Just look up mantra. Mantra means instrument of thought. Okay. Okay, so to show you guys, it was by someone named Mr. Mystique. But he says, a real inspiration, man. Corey, you are on the path. That means a lot. That means a ton. Because it's not easy to just keep going. And it's always good to hear people who actually, people who are actually watching this, and they're being inspired by it. And that's all we really ever wanted, was just for someone to look up to us, because we always wanted to be that person that they see, like, wow, I could do that too. There's a inspiration, there's a quote or just a picture, but it says on it, I want to inspire people. I want people to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. And I've had my own inspirations, and I want to do the same thing to keep the trend going, because we are all here for each other. No one is here to be doing things alone. We are all here for each other. Like I've been saying, we all have our own special talents. We all have our special abilities. You have your own talents, and you have your own abilities. You need to use them. Okay, you need to use them. The world needs to see it. The world needs what you have to offer. Okay. So chapter 15, The Advancing Man. What I have said in the last chapter applies as well to the professional man and the wage earner as to the man who is engaged in mercantile business. Mercantile. No matter whether you are a physician, a teacher, or a clergyman, if you can give increase of life to others, you make them sensible of the fact. They will be attracted to you, and you will get rich. The physician who holds the vision of himself as a great and successful healer, and who works towards the complete realization of that vision with faith and purpose, as described in former chapters, will come into such close touch with the source of life that he will be phenomenally successful. Patients will come to him in throngs. No man has a greater opportunity to carry into effect the teachings of this book than the practitioner of medicine. It does not matter of which the various schools he may belong, for the principle of healing is common to all of them, and may be reached by all alike. The advancing man in medicine, who holds to a clear mental image of himself as successful, and who obeys the laws of faith, purpose, and gratitude, will cure every curable case he undertakes, no matter what remedies he may use. In the field of religion, the world cries out for the clergyman who can teach his hearers the true science of abundant life. He who masters the details of the science of getting rich, together with the allied sciences of being well, of being great, and of winning love, and who teaches these details from the pulpit, will never lack for a congregation. Right now we're only going over the science of getting rich, and everything that this part of the series has to teach us. Next we do have the science of being well to go over, and then last but not least, my favorite of the three that he has written, the science of being great. Okay, moving on. This is the gospel that the world needs. It will give increase of life, and men will hear it gladly, and will give liberal support to the man who brings it to them. What is now needed is a demonstration of the science of life from the pulpit. We want preachers who can not only tell us how, but who in their own persons will show us how. We need the preacher who will himself be rich, healthy, great, and beloved, and teach us how to attain to these things, and when he comes, he will find a numerous and loyal following. The same is true of the teacher who can inspire the children of the faith and purpose of the advancing life. He will never be out of a job, and any teacher who has this faith and purpose can give it to his pupils. He cannot help giving it to them if it is a part of his own life and practice. What is true of the teacher, preacher, and physician is true of the lawyer, dentist, real estate man, insurance agent, of everybody. The combined mental and personal action I have described is infallible. It cannot fail. Every man and woman who follows these instructions steadily, perseveringly, and to the letter will get rich. The law of the increase of life is as mathematically certain in its operation as the law of gravitation. Getting rich is an exact science. The wage earner will find this as true in his case as of any of the others mentioned. Do not feel that you have no chance to get rich because you are working where there is no visible opportunity for advancement. Where wages are small and the cost of living high, form your clear mental vision of what you want, and begin to act with faith and purpose. Do all the work you can do every day, and do each piece of work in a perfectly successful manner. Put the power of success and the purpose to get rich into everything that you do. But do not do this merely with the idea of currying favor with your employer, in the hope that he or those above you will see your good work and advance you. It is not likely that they will do so. The man who is merely a good workman, filling his place to the very best of his ability, and satisfied with that, is valuable to his employer. And it is not to the employer's interest to promote him. He is worth more where he is. To secure advancement, something more is necessary than to be too large for your place. The man who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place, and who has a clear concept of what he wants to be, who knows that he can become what he wants, and to be what he wants to be, and who is determined to be what he wants to be. Okay, so let's take for a second and put everything that he is just saying in this last few paragraphs into practice. Okay, so viewer, go ahead and close your eyes, okay? Make that vision of what you want. Make that vision of who you want to be. Just close your eyes and envision yourself there right now. Okay, imagine it. Remember the imagination. Remember what we've been talking about. Visualization is a product of the imagination. This camera that I am recording this video with first existed in somebody's imagination. Okay, they had that vision, and then they took the initiative to make that camera come into visible existence, and now people like you and me can actually record a video and do anything you want with it. Okay, it's something that is happening exactly here and now. Okay, right now it is 1:22. It's very, very cool, and I like to go ahead and I started just sharing recently the time in the day that we're actually doing all this. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So we could actually get a good, clear concept of what time all of this actually took place. Okay, so going back to that vision, okay? Go into your imagination, go somewhere nice and quiet, okay, and hold the vision of what it is, whatever you want. Okay, do you want to be an athlete? Okay, do you want to be a preacher? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to be someone who inspires people? Do you want to be all of the above? Okay, do you want to be a millionaire? Do you want to help people? You could do all of those things. You could literally do anything that you could imagine and envision yourself doing. Because when you start to imagine and envision it, you are expanding that vision of yours. You are expanding your own mental boundaries. You are expanding your consciousness. And like they all say, life is made inside and out of consciousness. So whatever you're putting the focus of your consciousness in, the more life you are giving to that aspect. And you're breathing life into it. Remember what we were saying before. Having that vision is the only way you could let the universal mind, the all mind, the infinite source, the original substance which Wallace D. Wattles talks about. It is the only way of letting the universe know what you want. Okay? Remember, we and our Father are one. You and I are one, because behind the mask we wear, you and I are made of the same exact things. So we are simply individualized spirit from the universal spirit. Okay? It is through this man, this creature, that it becomes something personal. But on the divine level, everything is one. Okay. Moving on. Do not try to be more than fill your present place with a view to pleasing your employer. Do it with the idea of advancing yourself. Hold the faith and purpose of increase during work hours, after work hours, and before work hours. Hold it in such a way that every person who comes in contact with you, whether foreman, fellow workman, or social acquaintance, will feel the power of purpose radiating from you, so that everyone will get the sense of advancement and increase from you. Men will be attracted to you, and if there is no possibility for advancement in your present job, you will very soon see an opportunity to take another job. There is a power which never fails to present opportunity to the advancing man who is moving in obedience to law. God cannot help helping you. If you act in a certain way, He must do so in order to help Himself. There is nothing in your circumstances or in the industrial situation that can keep you down. If you cannot get rich working for the Steel Trust, you can get rich on a 10-acre farm. And if you begin to move in the certain way, you will certainly escape from the clutches of the Steel Trust and get onto the farm or wherever else you wish to be. If a few thousands of employees would enter upon the certain way, the Steel Trust would soon be in a bad plight. It would have to give its workingmen more opportunity or go out of business. Nobody has to work for a trust. The trust can keep men in so-called hopeless conditions only so long as there are men who are too ignorant to know of the science of getting rich, or too intellectually slothful to practice it. That is what we are here to do. We are here to learn, we are here to practice this, because you and me deserve so much more than a limited opportunity when we could be giving 120% every day and then still get the same amount from it as what we would put in by putting in 50% of the day. Okay? When we could be putting in 120% of the day, or at least 100% of what you can put in that day, because not every day will be the greatest. Every day is a great day. Every day is you'll be thankful for today, but there are going to be those days where you're going to be feeling burnt out, you're going to be feeling tired, you're going to be feeling like you want to take a break, you're going to want to rest, you're going to want to stop. Okay, but don't forget the law. Okay, remember, actions. We have to keep pursuing. We have to keep taking actions. We're building the character, because who you are today is not the person you need to be 10 years from now, because what you do today is moving you towards that directions, and the things you do today are building you up 10 years from now once you finally get there. Because if it was given to you already, like I said, you won't be able to hold on to it, you won't be able to keep it, because your character won't be able to keep you there. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Begin this way of thinking and acting, and your faith and purpose will make you quick to see any opportunity to better your conditions. Such opportunities will speedily come, for the Supreme, working in all and working for you, will bring them to you. Do not wait for an opportunity to be all that you want to be. When an opportunity to be more than you are now is presented and you feel impelled towards it, take it. When you feel impelled towards it, you take it. It will be the first step towards a greater opportunity. There is no such thing possible in this universe as a lack of opportunities for the man who is living the advancing life. It is inherent in the constitution of the cosmos that all things shall be for him, and work together for his good, and he must certainly get rich if he acts and thinks in the certain way. So let wage-earning men and women study this book with great care, and enter with confidence upon the course of action it prescribes. It will not fail. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 15 with the advancing man. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.